First thing that comes to mind, Myrtle Beach Pelicans, willingness to improve the community. That's one of the awesome qualities that I have found with the Myrtle Beach Pelicans. Not just individuals that work here, but it's the community that surrounds the team.
Well, you've got a very special connection with the Pelicans in Special Olympics. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, a few years ago, Gandy came to me at our annual Spring Games event that used to be held at Socastee High School. And Spring Games is your typical Special Olympics event where there's track and field competitions between the athletes. And the Spring Games is the opportunity that the local athletes get, all of the local athletes get to compete that day, where they receive medals and praises from classmates and from teachers and from community members in their accomplishments. So we had this crazy idea to move the Pelicans, or to move the Spring Games to the Pelicans, and this was Gandy's proposal a few years ago. And with some changes in our local organization, it was perfect timing for us to make that happen. When we came here to meet with your crew about this idea, it was something that just seemed to fit. And it has been a pleasure working with the Myrtle Beach Pelicans for the last few years and making this event grow and being able to give our local athletes something to really look forward to and a great place to compete. Having the Special Olympics night was the opportunity to allow the players to play, to have a game, and to invite the athletes to celebrate their accomplishments. And just last year, you guys had the cool idea to have a jersey competition where we will send out the information to have people from the community express their artistic views on law enforcement Special Olympics coming together with the Myrtle Beach Pelicans. I will say that for me personally, one of the coolest things that I have done is the opportunity that I had to carry the torch into the stadium on the first year that we had the Spring Games, and to be able to run it into outfield and run it around the track up to home plate with the athletes cheering, with the parents and the teachers, and then to have it all come together at home plate for that opening ceremonies. It was just neat to be a part of that celebration and that commitment that law enforcement has, that the Pelicans have, all for the Special Olympic athletes.
How would you see the partnership with the Pelicans progressing? If you could take a blank canvas and paint your ultimate vision, what would that look like?
Well, I think it's being painted. You know, we talk about, and we as law enforcement, but we as community members talk about bringing the community together to support causes that have a benefit to our community. And that's what the Pelicans are doing, you know, offering not just for Special Olympics, but you guys do that with other things as well. The opportunity to come together to make a difference in our world. And that's something that is actually hard to come by now. I really don't know how else to express it, you know. The commitment that you guys have here is something that I haven't really seen in any other organization. When I meet with Gandy, you know, and he has an idea with something, even the jersey contest that we had last year, you know, I initially thought, okay, that sounds like a neat idea, but you guys take the idea and you put effort into it. And that's what makes it go from just an idea to something really cool. And the jerseys, you know, especially last year, the first year that we had that was a student, a troubled student, not to say troubled student, a student that had some difficulty in his life. He was the one that won the jersey competition. And for us to be able to go to the school and present him with one of the jerseys and celebrate a neat thing that he was able to do on his own. Never being a part of anything before that we had to offer, and this was that one thing that he was able to accomplish. That in itself, even though it wasn't one of our Special Olympic athletes, but it was a student who was now subjected to what we're about, and that had a really profound effect on him. So that is something that you guys are able to take ideas and run with them, and that's how we're able to have a real positive effect on our community. Hello, I am Eric Karney with the Horry County Police Department, and these are my Pelicans.